as you drive through this area, you can still see the flood damage. The fence is laying flat from where the flood waters washed over the field with whatever was bringing with it. There's still debris on the side of the road back where we first started on Highway 2 at the railroad track. They were cleaning all kinds of debris off the little slope thing from the track. And I suspect, since we're still detouring around mile marker 88, I suspect that there was a bridge there that washed out, so they're going to have to repair that before they can open that stretch of road again. Yeah, so everybody's going to be detouring for a little bit until they've probably only just caught their breath after the flooding. But it doesn't seem to be too bad out here. The leftover damage from the flooding, but yeah, closer to town, there's debris everywhere. It's just wow. As long as it's taking for this little desert town to clean up after that, I can only imagine what they're still going through in western North Carolina and eastern Tennessee, where Helene dumped, what was it, 300 trillion gallons of water on them or something. That's a lot of rain. I don't know that Roswell got that much, but they got enough to flood and close the city down. So anyway, we'll just enjoy our detour. There's like a lake over here on the left. The water is deep. I mean, it's still deep and muddy and standing water everywhere here. This is crazy. This is crazy. I mean, they were really, really deep in the water. Okay, so I hope we're past mile marker 88. Okay, so here we go. Back on the road. Well, lots of devastation here still. So we're just east of where that mile marker 88 is on 285 that's closed. So because this looks like this makes me think that the road was just overswept with debris and mud and everything else, because it still looks like this out here. And great big puddles coming into the road, all of that. So hopefully I'll be far enough down this road that I'll be able to get back over to 285 and actually get on the road. So yeah, so we'll see what happens. Maybe Chickasaw Road is the one that they're pushing them off on going north. However, there were a lot of vehicles coming north. So, I don't know why that was happening, but anyway. We will go Chickasaw Road. See what's over there. Bunch of cars going that way, so we'll go that way too, see what happens.
Turn right on East Chickasaw Road.
Okay, we will. Okay, would you just stop? Just stop. We're not stopping. Just sit the fuck down. Just sit the fuck down.
In 2.25 miles, turn left on US 285.
We are going through some more flood area, and you can see the water on the side of the road and where it just came rushing through here. I'm like, I don't know, maybe 2.5 miles east of 285, and it still looks like this over here. I mean, that was a mad flood that came through here. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I'll be able to get back on the highway, but we may be past the part where it's the major problem, because the trucks are going back that way, so maybe we can get back over there and get on too. So I don't know. I think I feel safer going down to the next major road before heading back over. Okay, they're turning left. Hopefully I left you enough room. Okay. So we're going to go down to the next major road before we go back over, because we've already made that 2.5 mile trip back and forth that way several times. And according to this, we're coming up to 558, so hopefully that will get us back over there to 285. Because I think that's the one they put us off on when they turned us off. Yeah, looks like lots of cars going that way. So, hopefully. It's crazy here from the flooding. It is crazy from the flooding here. I can't even believe it. I mean, it doesn't look so bad in areas like this, but in those low-lying areas, I mean, you can tell it flooded here because it's got all kinds of stuff matted on the side of the road. But in those low-lying areas, it's crazy. It's like lakes of water out there still in the fields. So that's just, it's crazy. Okay, not sure what this is up here in front of us. Somebody seems to be putting up a lot of dust. So, anyway, we finally found the way around that section of road, and where I recorded what looked like a lake off on the right hand side there, just before we were able to get back on the highway. This section of road that is equal to that we drove through there, that is all washed out. There was a bridge over a draw there, which is what they call them here in New Mexico. They call them draws. The areas that go under the highway, the bridges where the water runoff, it washed the highway out when the water went underneath it. So that is quite dramatic for the middle of the desert, for that to happen, because it doesn't usually happen. But just, wow. I don't know. They had must have been a 500-year storm there to do that kind of damage. So anyway, it's a section like this one we're coming up on here where the guardrails are there, where the water has an opportunity to flow underneath the highway. It washed that whole section of road out, just like it could have washed this section of road out, but it didn't. It washed that whole section of road out that went over that draw back there. So they're having to rebuild the road, which is, wow. They're gonna be detouring around that for a while. So it's only people like me who have a GPS that keeps insisting on putting me back on the highway and getting me over there, so that I have to back up and turn around and go back. You know, it's only GPS systems like that that end up with people in trouble for stuff. Because I got over there and I had to back up, turn around, and go right back where I just came from and get on a road south, heading south, until I was far enough south that I could get back on the highway. So, I don't know. Next time I come to a detour like that, I'm going to turn the GPS off and I'm just going to follow the detour signs. It seems like the fucking best bet. So that's what I'm going to do. So, anyway, we're on our way to Carlsbad now. Going to be a late check-in, or a late arrival at my RV park. At least I'll get there before the sun goes down. So I'll be off the road before it's dark. That's good. Yay. So, yeah, because Carlsbad is only like 80 miles from Pecos. It's not too far. So, right now it is 3:41 Mountain Time. And then when I cross back over into Texas, it'll be 1 hour later than that. Even though I'm just going down the same highway. As soon as I cross back into Texas, I'll be back in the Central Time Zone, which is really interesting because you just cross the street and boom, you know, you cross the state line and you're in a different time zone. So anyway, yeah, Carlsbad 43 miles, and then we got another 80 after that, I think. So we should be there well before the sun goes down. Looks like the cotton's ready to pick. And anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and just finish the drive. I'll record if there's something else remarkable. Well, we're about 1.5 miles from the state line, and I'm curious to see what the clocks do, to see if my phone clock will jump ahead an hour, or how far into Texas we have to be before we get back into the Central Time Zone. It's kind of interesting how it divides here. I'm not because I was Mountain Time in Santa Fe, which made sense because I went up 285 and then I had to go west. So, and then I came east to pick up 285 and come down 285, but the time zone did not change in New Mexico. So I'm wondering if it's the state line, when I cross the state line, if that changes the time zone. Because Pecos was in Central Time when I was there. It was in the Central Time Zone. And so, I don't know, I think Fort Stockton is where you pick up Mountain Time or something, because I know El Paso's Mountain Time, and so is Albuquerque, but I don't know. I don't know where it happens along here, but it happened on the way up. I left in Central Mountain Time, or Central Daylight Time, and ended up in Mountain Daylight Time, somewhere in New Mexico. I don't remember where it was, but I think it was crossing the state line. I don't know. We'll find out, because we're just about there on the state line. So we'll see what happens when we cross over into Texas, to see if we go back to Central Time or if we stay on Mountain Time. Right now, Mountain Time, it is 5:35. So we'll see what happens when we cross the state line, because we're coming up on the "You are now leaving New Mexico" sign here. And we should be seeing "Welcome to Texas Drive Friendly" sign up here pretty soon. Speed limit increase, so that was 55 in New Mexico. Yep, 6:38. State line is where the time changes. How about that? The state line is where the time changes. I figured it was. So now we know. If you can see that thing, but that's an interesting thing in the sky over there, and it's not moving, so I'm not sure what that is. We'll be coming around the curve and you can probably see it, but it's not moving and it's not dissipating, so I'm not sure what that is, but it looks, I don't know. Looks like a bird, like the phoenix. It looks like an angel or something, maybe. I don't know. It's really interesting, but it looks like a cloud in the middle, a cloud in the middle of the dust cloud. So, a bunch of crazy drivers right here. I don't know what's wrong with them. Anyway, I just think that's interesting that it's not moving and it's not dissipating. It's just staying right there. So I wonder if it's something to pay attention to. Anyway, I'll record if I see something interesting. So that dark thing is still in the sky over there, and it still hasn't moved, and it still hasn't dissipated. So I'm curious what that is. Maybe it's a flock of birds or something? I don't know. It's pretty interesting over there. Well, we made it to the campground, and now we are heading to pick up some groceries. And when we get back from Walmart, then we will settle in for the night and get at it tomorrow. Well, that was stressful. I pulled in, was going to put my parking information in at Walmart to pick up my order, and it said it had already been picked up, and a car pulled out just as I was pulling in. And it's like, oh my God, somebody made off with my order. I mean, not that there's a bunch of important stuff in there. I did update my, did get new stuff for my first aid kit, the one that I have in the car, because it was full of old stuff. The gauze pads aren't any good. They don't look very sterile. They're probably a couple of years old. And then instead of adhesive tape, I got some of that self-adhering stuff that you can wrap around gauze and keep it in place. So I got some of that rather than adhesive tape. And then some Neosporin, because I don't have any antibiotic ointment. And the slice I put in my thumb yesterday breaking down camp, I probably should have put some Neosporin on it, but I didn't have any, so now I do. Okay. And I had to get some more water for my ice machine. That thing works pretty good. I have a full bag of ice already in the freezer. Just from that hour that I had it on last night. And then I've had it on about an hour this morning. So I have a full bag of ice already, which is pretty cool. That will do me for today and tomorrow, most likely. Looks like somebody spilled ice cream on the street. Yeah, so my dog is a royal pain in the ass. Barking at everybody.